About 10 minutes before kick-off for Newcastle Jets versus Brisbane Roar here at McDonald Jones Stadium. We quickly go over some of the interesting starting selections. So Dave, obviously Bugard's back, but on the bench, Polyak dropped to the bench, Lele and Nordstrom dropped to the bench. So what are your thoughts?
It's a very interesting lineup by Jones. I think that he's probably rewarding Katrumbas for his performance last week. And retaining, I guess, Jason Hoffman as the captain as well is also another interesting decision, given Wayne Brown's filled in that position during the year. Brown comes back into the team, I guess, to add a bit of energy around Coco to support Naboo and Hull up front. But the big one for me is Kandarovski coming in for Mateo Polyak. Really didn't see that coming.
I don't think Polyak has done anything wrong in the last couple of games. He's been pretty solid. But do you think maybe anything's coming into Jones's mind about giving some other players a try to see whether he wants to keep them next season?
I think it could be a case of that, but I also think when Kandarovski came on last week, he started to move the ball a lot quicker than Polyak was. That may be what he's looking for with this change, and looking to exploit the tired legs of Brisbane after their trip to South Korea earlier in the week.
So do you see any advantages, just lastly before we wrap it up, do you see any advantages of having Brown playing behind Coco as opposed to Nordstrom?
I think Brown will provide a lot more cover for the midfield and provide another option in midfield. Nordstrom, he tended to not support that midfield as much. I think we're going to have that extra body in midfield with Wayne Brown and the energy to get in and around there. I reckon Brown will probably have been told, give us 65, 70 minutes and we'll look to make a change.
So are you, after seeing the starting lineup in the bench, are you more or less positive than you were before the game, before you found out about the starting 11?
I'm probably not as confident. I would have liked to see Morten Nordstrom and Polyak in the team, but I can understand Nordstrom dropping to the bench as a striking option. Jack Duncan as well being another miss with his injury again. I'm probably a little less confident, but I still think we'll have the goods.
Well, if anything goes wrong, we've certainly got some strength on the bench with those players that we mentioned before. So if Jonesy needs to change something, he's got the strength on the bench to actually change the game plan.
Definitely, certainly the strongest bench that we've had all year.
All right, we'll come back to you at half time.